Yeah, yep. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa, 914, Westchester County, New York. It is what it is. 914, Westchester County, New York. I am in the house, and I'm going to talk about this bullshit that's going on YouTube. Over a year ago, when I first started my StreamYard, Lonnie One Love was friends with me. We was cool with each other. Almost 2 years. She betrayed me this year. She struck down everyone that came into my chats. So I'm advising everyone, do not come into the chat. Do not come into the chat. Do not hit the link. Just listen to what I have to say. Lonnie One Love is a creep. She's a slime ball from hell. She is one of the original BT 1000s. Shout out to the chat. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it real quick. I'm at my house right now. Cleaned everything, cooked my food. Everything's prepared for me to go to work tonight. I do not plan on sleeping in my bed after 5 o'clock this afternoon. I do not plan on sleeping in my bed after 5 o'clock this afternoon. Shout out to the chat. I realize that this woman is doing everything she can to try to destroy me in the real life and on YouTube. But YouTube is real life. Shout out to the chat. I'm fine with what I'm doing. I've done nothing wrong. I have not burned down this woman's house. I have not stolen her purse. I have not stopped her bank account. I have not stopped nothing from her life. It is what it is. War has been declared, and I will continue to say that she is my enemy, my open rival on YouTube. Shout out to the chat. One thing I've realized about YouTube or any social media platform, when someone hates you, they will do whatever they have to do to try to destroy you. You have to keep your composure, you have to stay calm, collective. You have to do what you have to do. And at the end of the day, you feeling all right about you. I'm always going to feel all right about me because when I don't show up on the job, a lot of my coworkers look for me. A lot of my coworkers call me. When I get off the job, a lot of them call me on my phone. They email me, they text me. Arabia, are you coming back tonight? Arabia, are you okay? Arabia, we worked so hard last night. We was able to wipe everything off the floor before 4 o'clock this morning. We was almost done at 2 o'clock. Don't play with me. Shout out to the chat. I'm not going to say I'm perfect on this app. I'm not going to say I'm God Almighty on this app. But one thing I do realize, when you make friends with certain people on this app, you got to learn their whole history before you befriend them, before you cash at them, before you support their pages, before you do anything, or you will be caught up in a whirlwind. Now, they thought that I was going to be handicapped because of certain attributes that is going on with me. Shout out to the chat. I realize that. But I'm not going to let nobody frighten me. I'm not going to let nobody threaten me. But Lonnie One Love, you are guilty of sabotage. You're guilty of espionage. You are guilty of fraud. You are guilty of terrorism. You are guilty of theft. Yes, you are, ma'am. You're guilty. Shout out to the chat. I don't give a fuck who's in the chat. Catch the playback. And I did not know that she was blocking people until she put it on her community wall. See, that is her way of saying that you declared war, now it is war. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my subscribers, my YouTube creators, my support team, the people that write in the comments section. Anyone that hears this video, write something in the comments section. I will see it. I will know it, and I will feel it. But this war with me and Lonnie One Love will continue until I am done. And since, bitch, you want to fuck with me a certain way, I know how to fuck with you. And you don't want me to fuck with you that way. The long way. You don't. You really don't. Think about it real close. You really don't want me to fuck with you like that. So what we gonna do, we're gonna continue the war. We're gonna continue the battles. Because I got guerrilla warfare going on. I sent my tanks out, my heavy equipment out, my missiles out, my airplanes out, my helicopters out. Everything is out. Even my archers are out. I will claim you. I will claim your kingdom, your empire, your estates, your territories. You are running for the hills right now, but you're not really running. You just ran into a hole, just like the rat you are. You are a snitch. You are a police informant. Yes, you are. Because you sent the police to my house more than once, ma'am. I know you did. They're going to try to blame Brooklyn Lady Ellie. I don't think Brooklyn Lady Ellie did this. I think it was all coming from Lonnie One Love. Shout out to the chat. I don't need to see the chat. I keep my eyes closed. I already know I got ghost watchers. Shout out to the ghost watchers. I'm well aware of what's going on. I'm not stupid. I'm not naive. I might be a little drunk here and there, but I am very much aware of what's going on around me in YouTube streets and in my own world out here. Both worlds are colliding together. Shout out to the chat. I'll never forget my chat members. They were loyal to me. They stuck with me. And she blocked all of you. Because she has a moderator stick. And I have to remove her as soon as possible. But when I remove you, ma'am, trust me, something else is coming towards your way. A missile is coming towards your way. And you don't even see where the missile is coming or where it's coming from. Shout out to the chat. I'm not going to let this bitch frighten me off of YouTube. She don't intimidate me. She did a propaganda program not too long against me. It's all propaganda because she don't tell the whole truth. She tells parts of the truth. She took my audios or my videos or whatever and mixed them together, edited together to fit her narrative. She's a propagandist. So she is guilty of that too. It's illegal propaganda, ma'am. So I don't know how many charges you would got against you, but when I do my next upload, I will show you on the future posters that you're on, you and your cronies. Because I know it's more than you. I know it's more than you. Nothing fools me. These other YouTube creators that you are friendly with, all of a sudden now they want to upload this, they want to upload that, they want to go live, they want to do this. I see what's going on. It's propaganda. Madame Zedong was the biggest propagandist in China during the time she was married to Chairman Mao. Shout out to Madame Zedong. Honey, I learned a lot from reading those books, paying attention to documentaries. You have no idea what kind of information I'm going to get. And I'm going to put it on my community wall. I'm going to put it all over social media. Wherever I'm at, that's where it's going. Wherever you plan on going live at, ma'am, I'm going to be right there. And I'm going to tell the people, do not trust you. Do not believe in you. Because that's what happened to me. And it's a big mistake when we do that. You can't trust a woman that drives drunk every day. You cannot trust her. She says she's a mother. I believe the grandparents of her children took care of her children. She didn't do anything. She was too lazy to do it. Lazy. Wait too late in life to do anything. I'm already past you, ma'am, in years. My experience is wonderful. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to New York. Shout out to Boston. Shout out to Rhode Island. We on this bitch. We are on her. We are on her, and we going. Y'all be careful now. She gonna try to block you out of the chat. She gonna try to block you out of the chat. If she sees you, she gonna block you. So I can't see the chat. Shout out to the chat. But I'm gonna always stay loyal to my subscribers, my chat members, my comment section, my YouTube creators. And she don't like a lot of my YouTube creators. She don't like them. She's at war with them. Been at war with them for over 2 years. And she says that she doesn't hold grudges. Yes, she does. She's pitiful. She's a pitiful little girl. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say about her. I already know the goddamn truth. Tamika McCullough, you're sitting right there with her. You agree with all this bullshit. You agree with all this bullshit. But your time on YouTube is going to be short too, ma'am. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. I'm at war, and I'm going to put up them fugitive posters of these fugitives because they are wanted. They are wanted by the government of Arabia Barbosa, the estate of Arabia Barbosa, the county of Arabia Barbosa, the city of Arabia Barbosa. Shout out to the chat. We was here way before you niggas was here. We was here when Solar Nation was big. Where were y'all niggas? According to Lonnie One Love, she was here for like 13 years. Wow, you here 13 years? You got a life outside of YouTube? You got a family? You got a husband? You got a mother? You got grandparents? And you on YouTube like that? Ma'am, you don't have a life. It's all lies and propaganda. Shout out to the chat. Keep the change. Let me highlight you. Let me highlight you real quick. Keep the change. Tamika is a part of the problem. She's riding with Lonnie. She's a dick sucker for Lonnie. I don't care. Keep the change. You can say whatever you want to say. Because when you first appeared on YouTube, Keep the Change, you used to do a lot of shit too, ma'am. I don't have nothing against you, keep the change, but please, please stop. Tamika, I love Tamika. I know Tamika means well, but Tamika is doing it in a vicious way. I don't care what nobody has to say about that. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. And thank you, Keep the Change, for coming up here and saying what you had to say. Thank you for coming up here and saying what you have to say. Because Keep the Change, I don't got nothing against you, but I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to speak what I know. This is my testimony. This is my day. I'm telling my story. Shout out to the chat. All right, Keep the Change. Thank you for coming in. I don't got nothing against Keep the Change. She expressing how she thinks about things, how she feel, what her opinion is. That is fine. I'm open to suggestions. That's it. But I know at the same time I'm at war with this other woman. And I'm going to continue to be at war with her because she did some phone calls not too long ago, and there was another phone call made yesterday because them people came to my fucking house. And my neighbors let me know about it this morning. Trust me, these people around here, they all related to Birdman. So of course, when they see me walking up the street, they're going to say, Arabia Barbosa, those people was at your fucking door yesterday. It was the police. Don't tell me nothing, Keep the Change. I know who came here. Because my people watch this house. When I leave, my people, their eyes is on this house. When I come back, they report to me. Shout out to the chat. Yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. No, I'm not going to delete Keep the Change. I want Keep the Change over here. I won't Keep the Change over here because I met Keep the Change a couple of years ago, and I listened to her voice. I looked at her videos, and me and Keep the Change was always friendly with each other. I'm always going to love Keep the Change. I don't care how anybody else feel about her. I'm always going to love and respect Keep the Change. But Keep the Change, keep it real. If you don't keep it real, Keep the Change, please. Thank you, man. I appreciate you coming in, like and share the video. Shout out to the chat. Yes. And we will go on. Shout out to the chat. I'm not going to be up here that long. If anybody wants to hit the link, you can. If the link is dropped, I doubt if it's dropped because I was doing this barefaced. But I know who I am at war with. I know who I'm fighting against, and it's going to be a big battle. Two BT-1000s fighting each other. One of them got hair, the other one got short hair. Shout out to the chat. But I could only blame myself because I already knew she was messy. But I still wanted to be her friend. I still wanted to be friendly with her. Now we are no longer friends. Now we go after each other. She doing a propaganda campaign against me, just like the way she does with everybody she fucks with on this YouTube app. Calls their jobs, calls their sponsorships. That's what she does. She called that hospital. She called the police. She called the police yesterday because they came around here and knocked on this goddamn door. Don't think I don't know. When I came home this morning, and these people that are neighbors with me are all related to Birdman. And they all report back to him. He calls me Tells me your friend is turning against you. Your friend is betraying you. Your friend is backstabbing you. Watch out for her. Watch. Because they're going to catch you in a little bit. You ain't going to be able to run. And you don't run. When you see the police, Arabia, you usually puff up. You show yourself more bolder. I wear a New York Yankees baseball cap. Loud and clear. Everybody know when I'm coming out my fucking house. If I wear the Patriots, they know when I'm coming out. If I'm wearing a black baseball cap, they know when I'm coming out. If I wear a knitted hat, they know when I'm coming out. And they tell me the police just knocked on your door. They were trying to do a wellness check because we was over there. We looked. We called Birdman. Birdman got in touch with me this morning. Shout out to the chat. He already warned me. Keep the change. Thank you for laughing. But you know it's true. Let me highlight you again, my baby. Keep the change. You know it's true. All right, my baby. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I love you. Like and share the video. Tell your girl. Okay, everyone. I'm not gonna be up here that long. But anyone that wants to hit the link, they are welcome to. Let me drop the link. I never dropped the link. See, that's the problem. Never dropped the link. I really didn't want to go live at all. I want to go live in a different way. But I got other social media platforms where I could do that on. And I'm going to talk about this woman. I'm going to talk about her. I'm sorry. If y'all don't understand, lo siento, no escucha, es mío. Estoy andando, nada nunca se pasó. It's not my fault. I'm where nothing ever happens, but a lot of shit be happening in my fucking house when I ain't here. When I'm gone from this house, all them police show up. And they drive very slowly in this neighborhood. When they turn down that street, I'm already on it. Already on it, doggone it. They know what I look like. But they don't want to fuck with me because it's a bullshit call. Stop bullshitting calling them. Because what they going to do, they're going to be like, yo, this woman is harassing the other woman. They're going to say that Lonnie is harassing me. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I don't care anymore. And keep the change. You said Tamika was trying to help me. No, Tamika she had her heart in the right place, but Tamika is twisted in her love for Lonnie. She's loyal to Lonnie. She's afraid of Lonnie. A lot of you are afraid of Lonnie One Love. Why? You think that she's going to dox you? She's going to dox you anyway. So speak up against her. Like the way I'm doing. But a lot of you ain't going to do it. You ain't got no heart. Shout out to the chat. Hey, Supernova. Shout out to you. I really don't want to shout out people in my chat because I know what's going to happen. I know. I'm very aware. Shout out to the chat. We got 7 people in the chat, but 20 ghost watchers. So that's 27 people all together. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the ghost watchers. Shout out to the haters. Keep hating. Keep dick sucking. Keep licking my balls. Keep body fucking me. Because a lot of women that fuck with me on this app and they do it in a disparaging way, they're actually body fucking me. You're giving me energy. I'm getting wet just by even thinking about her calling the police or the hospital or wherever she gonna call. My pussy is getting wet. Wet, wet, wet. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. I'm out of here. I will talk to y'all next time. But you know what? New York never runs. New York never runs anywhere. The war has been declared. I know who my enemies are on this YouTube app. I know who the infiltrators are. And it's only a matter of time before I actually win the war. And y'all don't know how my missiles are going to be shooting. You know, I'm doing guerrilla warfare. Shout out to the chat. Do not get caught in the crosshairs of fire and bullets. Do not do that. She said send a mass. Send a mass means 2 shots to my midsection, which is towards the heart and the lungs. A bullet comes into there, I'm going to bleed out. It's going to be explosion on my chest area because I'm a small built woman. I would die immediately. I would die immediately. But anything happens to me physically, New York is coming, Boston is coming, Rhode Island is coming, Connecticut is coming, California is coming, and they will find out who was doing what, even on social media. It goes deeper. It goes deeper than that. When the Cape Verdean Islands speak, it shall be done. Shout out to the chat. I'm not worried about me anymore. Not. I'm not scared. Why should I be scared? I was never scared in the first place. I never had fear in my heart from a little girl all the way to now. I'm 50 years old. What the fuck I look like being afraid of any bitch or any dude? Not. I just think about them and then I speak my words to the universe, to my ancestors. Because I know who watches over me. I know who watches over my house. Just like I said, every time I leave out of here, even though me and Birdman are not together, his family watches this house. They do. Hello.
Amelia Barboza, which is the county of New York, 914.
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Everybody's getting deleted out your chat, man.
Well, I can't help that because Lonnie still has a wrench over here, and I gave it to her over a year ago, so she's gonna do it.
Well, I can help you fix that, but I'm gonna need you to call me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I guess when you finish this live, call me on that number that I sent you so that I can walk you through it.
All right.
All right.
So I can remove her.
All right. So I'll be looking out for your call. Do your live, and then when you're done, just call me and I'll walk you through it.
All right.
All right. Later.
Thank you for coming over. Shout
No
out to
problem.
you.
All right.
Shout out to Sis Rabbit Got a Wrench. Shout out to the rabbits. Shout out to the people in my chat. Shout out to the ones that's still riding with me all this time. All that propaganda that Lonnie did, she switched up the shit. She didn't tell the whole story because I tell the whole story on my channel. Anybody want ain't know anything, call me. You know my phone number. 843. You know my number. I'm in South Carolina. I'm not in New York right now. Shout out to the chat. But yes, he's right. I think Nashawn saw that the other night where people were being booted out of the chat. So if they've been booted, they've been blocked or banned. Because one of the chat members told me the other night she was banned. I said, how you banned? I ain't never banned you. It came from Lonnie. Lonnie be looking in the bushes. That's how she does. She's a vindictive bitch. You are guilty of sabotage. You're guilty of espionage. You're guilty of fraud. You're guilty of illegal propaganda. You're guilty of a lot of charges: harassment, terrorism. Lonnie is guilty. And when the war is done, and I don't want nobody else to get involved with the war between me and her. This is a war on YouTube streets. And I'm going to do it until it's concluded. I don't care if I die doing it. I will give my life for this. That's how serious it is. The shit she put out about me, that shit spread here and there. Oh, who? I got to give my life. Got to. And I got no problem doing it. No problem. My family already know what's going on. They already talked to me about this shit. They already talked to me about her. Birdman know about her. Ben warned me about her a long time ago. Now his family calling him. The police been knocking on her door. The police. And I leave here at a certain time when I see the police going, and they be going very slow. I said, shit. But I know I can't run and hide. I got to be in the open. You got to have a reason to stop me. You got to have a fucking reason to stop Arabia Barbosa on the streets. And they don't have a reason. There's no open container. So you have no reason. No reason. Phone calls been made to the fucking police. Shout out to the chat. All right, I'm getting ready to leave out of here. Thank everyone for coming over. Like and share this video. Get the message out. Like and share this video. Let's get the message out. I'm not innocent in this shit. I was with the fuck shit with Lonnie One Love against Rainy Hot Topics and everybody else that she was fighting against at one particular time or another. Shout out to the chat. But now that we are no longer friends, she wants to sabotage everything. Want to sabotage my own life. Imagine that. She took stuff from off of YouTube and putting it in the real world. And that shit can get me in real serious trouble. Shout out to the chat. But I'm going to talk to somebody later on this evening and get their intake on it. And it's going to be even more trouble. So, you're fucking with New York, you're fucking with Boston, you're fucking with Rhode Island, Connecticut, California, you're fucking with people in Kentucky, you're fucking with people in Tennessee, Mississippi. I'm all over the place. Cape Verde Islands, you're fucking with them. And they already calling the shots. They don't want me to get off of YouTube. Continue. In the same vein you've been doing. And we will take care of the rest. Shout out to New York. Shout out to everyone that loves Arabia Barbosa. And if those of you have seen those other videos, we're showing me and Lonnie going at war. It's real. This is a real life shit. This ain't no YouTube no more. It's real life shit. And when she did that the other day, I said, I gotta shoot missiles over there. And she don't want me to shoot those goddamn missiles because the other ones are already doing it. Lonnie, do you realize how many enemies you have on YouTube? You have more enemies than friends. And half of the people she talked to on those other sectors, they don't really like her. They don't. They don't like her. I don't have nothing against Lonnie. I think she's wonderful in certain aspects, but she is not nobody's friend. Not on YouTube and not in her real life. Because if she really had real situations going on, she wouldn't even be on YouTube like this. 24/7 almost? You at your job and listen to YouTube videos? How empty is your life? I can't even go to sleep. I got to go to work tonight. But I'm not going to let her or nobody else stop me from making my fucking money. Nobody. Nobody stops me. At all. Peace out. I'm out of here. Thank everyone for coming over. I appreciate you. I love you. Shout out to the chat. Like and share the video. Get the message out. Because we got a bunch of propagandists and other people on this YouTube app. What they call this? The criminal sector? The criminal sector. Shout out to Sister T. Oh Lord, when I seen those mug shots of Sister T, I said, uh-oh. If it can happen to Sister T and other people that came from YouTube, it can happen to anybody. And that's why we need to build the co-op so we can meet each other once a year in a venue somewhere. And those that got a problem with each other, they can dukes it out on a fucking stage, even a boxing ring. And half of the YouTubers that say they got a problem with each other won't even speak a word. They'll be like little church mouse. Church mouse. No noise. Hardly moving. Too scared to move to get food or drink. Too scared to move away from the stage or anywhere else. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. Peace, everyone. Supernova vacation. I don't run from the police. If they knock on my door, I talk to them, and they tell me that people from off of social media called them. The way it was worded, Lonnie called them. She said she was my girlfriend. We were living together. We had a huge argument. She left the house, and she knew she was not supposed to leave me alone. And she wanted the police to do a wellness check. That's what happened. And this happened a couple of weeks ago. She called them yesterday. They came to the house. I know they came to the house because when I came back home this morning, all of my neighbors that are around me told me. They met me at the store. Arabia, the police was at your house. I come down the street, the police was at your fucking house. What they knocking on the door so much for? I'm not here. Shout out to the chat. I don't have to run from nowhere. I'm too fat to run anyway. I'm losing weight, but I'm too fat to run. I can run, but damn. I ain't gotta run nowhere. And all the police from downtown Charleston, they all know me. From open containers and living homeless in the street, they all know me. Lonnie is mad with me because I live alone. She live with her mama. Shout out to the chat. All right, I'm out of here. Peace out, everyone. Peace. One. Thank you for coming over. Like and share the video.